Pints. I'm back in action, and today we're sponsored by Fleischman Salon. You see all the product here on the bar. You see John's hair, my hair, Rudy's flow, Nick behind the scenes. Just got a full haircut here at HQ because Erica and everybody over at Fleischman Salon, they know their hair. They do damn good haircuts and they do damn good hair products. Right now you can see all the gummies. Look what she did. You want to talk about a woman who takes care of her clients? She filled up the Fleischman hair gummies bottles with sour candy.
Sour candy.
With some sour candies that Feitelberg likes to eat, because whenever we eat the hair gummies, we eat like 10 at a time. The Fleischman hair gummies.
That's your own fault. You make them too delicious.
I know. You gotta make them taste like shit, to be honest.
You know, like, because it's comparable to this very famous delicious candy.
And we will not say the name of it until you sponsor us too. You can sponsor Friday Night Pints just like Fleischman. But the hair gummies, you eat one every day, and it helps your hair grow and look shiny and healthy. We've also got the hair paste and the hair cream when you style it, the shampoo and conditioner because you're gonna wash your hair every day. It smells good, it's got a great scent, feels good on your hair.
Feels good on a lady's pillow.
On a lady's pillow.
Leave a little scent
right
behind.
There.
Let her know where you get your haircut.
Now, most importantly, you can get all the products, but also right now, Fleischman is doing a special for anybody who lives in New York or in the area. If you want to get your hair cut by Erica or any of the girls at Fleischman, you can use our promo code for that as well. So when you sign up on the website, or if you call up, just mention KFC or Pints, use the promo code on the website, and you'll get 20% off your haircut as well, and 20% off the hair products. And when you do the bundles, this right here is the for the boys bundle. Or no, this is the. We got you covered. We got you covered bundle is everything, and for the boys is the hair paste, the gummies, and the sea salt spray. That's the other thing. You spray it in your hair, and it makes it like a little gritty and gives it a good scent. So multiple bundles, the promo code to get a haircut, and the promo code for 20% off to get all your products and get your flow. FleischmanSalon.com, promo code KFC. So let's do it. Let's get into it. I'll pass some beers out first. Tommy, you drinking?
I'll do a Miller. Tommy for
Tommy was walking around the office today saying, has everybody heard the good news? Has everyone heard the good news? Tommy Smokes is on Friday Night Pints. You want one?
I'm good.
I can't decide if I love Tommy Smokes or if I hate him.
That is, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but that is the Tommy Smokes brand. I don't know if I love him or hate him. That's a great place
that's
to
a joke. I do. I very much love Tommy. I am joking that it's maybe hate. It's not. I love Tommy, but boy, some days you make it tough. Tommy.
I make it really hard. You can buy one-of-a-kind daily NFTs from Tommy. What was today's?
Today's first ever mid-poop NFT.
Oh, no,
You
Tommy.
can't see my poop.
It's a family fucking program, man.
I'm just saying, it's still available.
I almost replied and said, I don't like this one.
It's up for about $92. They've all sold right now.
How much money have you made so far?
Probably about $1,000.
What?
I mean, laugh all you want about Tommy Smokes and his
It's
NFTs.
ridiculous.
The kids make it
I mean,
bang.
it's part of it is like the Ethereum has gone up a lot over the past few weeks, and the price gets set in Ethereum, so that has helped. But they've all sold. There's been 20, and they've all sold.
Tommy
so.
Smokes is heavy crypto. We're part of the Hoge family.
Hoge gang.
My Hoge brother in arms. We'll talk about that in a moment. Kelly Keegs is here as well.
Hello, hello.
As always, have a couple cocktails and chop it up. We got Za in the building. Za, you're kind of like my arch nemesis, you know, by default, just because that motherfucker Troops is always chirping at me. So now I gotta hate you as well, man. I'm sorry, it's collateral damage. This is what it is.
My world has collapsed too.
Well, you know, they're not that good of a team, right?
Bro,
That's what it comes down to. They're not a good club.
It's
so.
over. It's over.
Cronky in, baby. Cronky in.
All right, I'm off.
Jeff D. Lowe is here. I can't even believe it. I figured you were going to take like a month off after
I am tired.
finally doing the full dozen tournament, which is in the books. It will air when?
Monday. Monday's the first match airs.
How long does it air
I
for?
watch the. So you get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 3 weeks, all at 7 p.m.
Holy shit!
yeah.
I didn't realize that. So for the next month, we'll be
all at
watching
7
the dozen.
p.m.
Prime
Premieres on
time
YouTube.
TV
Yeah.
for 3 straight weeks. The dozen tournament. No spoilers, but we'll talk about the experience for you hosting it and whatnot.
We were just talking about literal spoilers too. Are we going to be live tweeting it? I do think we're going to have to do that.
Absolutely. No. Absolutely. You treat this like a real show. If you were watching a show that you loved, you were on social media, you'd be tweeting about it. That's everybody else's fault if they can't get on board and figure it out. Plus, they got 3 weeks, so you can catch up on other episodes. If you miss it, stay off Twitter for a night, whatever. This is a full-blown, real-deal game show that everyone's been excited. No, we're not catering to the 3 assholes who can't watch it.
People,
We did that with Survivor. It was like, fuck off.
Exactly.
spoilers like stopped being a thing for a while. I think in the binge because like people just didn't even really tweet about shows anymore because we weren't watching it live.
Yeah.
Even
Now
just
it's back.
dipping my toe back into like Mayor of Easttown and stuff like that. People are furious. Like even dude, I just sent my prediction after the show. Like there wasn't anything. I didn't have a specific like what instance of what happened in the show. It's just like, all right, I think it was Siobhan's girlfriend. And people were like, dude, give us a time to catch up. Like, I just said who I think is
I'm not going to go as far as say I'm going to spoil things on purpose, but I extra tweet about it just to piss those people off. I've gone that far where I'm like, it's not, I don't live my life according to your fucking schedule. Get the fuck out of here. So if you don't watch it, it's your fault. So 3 weeks of the dozen coming up. We got Rude Boy here too. Now, this is a topic that Fights just brought up, and I feel like Rudy is the perfect guy for it. So there's a story right now, and nobody's talking about, and we all should be talking about it. It's like the monkeys and the humans. Like what's and when like every other week the government confirms there's aliens and UFOs and nobody seems to care.
Tommy doesn't know what's coming.
I'm so confused.
Yeah,
What's
what are you
this?
about to say? I don't know either.
There's a Chinese space station,
Chinese rocket,
that is 10 stories long.
250 tons.
250 tons that is plummeting back to Earth.
It's going to crash into Earth this weekend. We don't know where.
We don't know where.
I think I saw
Shit.
something about that.
Could be anywhere.
And I was like, this can't be real.
Because it's China and they're probably not like
But are we,
giving
can't
us
we
any
like shoot
information.
it down or no?
So that's what. So the reason I mentioned Rudy is because I was saying if I was like a young guy living in the city, partying still, I would be having a possible end of the world party, being like, "Yo, girl, well, like the fucking
the world
space
might end
station
right
might
and that's
land
why
on
I'm
top
on
of
as
us."
well, I assume.
Are they just think it's just going to break up in the atmosphere?
So that's what I asked him.
That's what I
I
would
haven't read like I don't know what the usually though if
But
it's
then
like
it
a
wouldn't
rocket
land.
they
They
usually
wouldn't phrase it as landing.
what's that?
They wouldn't phrase it as landing. then,
They're
right?
phrasing it as crashing.
Crashing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
even,
like-
But
even
usually
worse.
I feel like if it's something, was it something designed to come back to Earth or was
Yeah.
because
I don't believe
No,
so.
that
No.
does happen
Okay.
where they design it so there's land in the ocean.
Right, but I'm saying if it's designed to come back to Earth, it should be
not
able to
gonna
get
break
through the
down,
atmosphere.
yeah.
You know
There
what
was
I
a
mean?
Taco Bell promotion once. Taco Bell, there was a satellite crashing to Earth,
Yes,
and they
I
put a
remember that.
large platform in the
A-
ocean.
like
it
a-
wasn't
like
large
like
enough.
a Target, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And instead
if
of a
it-
hit is like free tacos forever
Yeah.
or whatever.
I was
Which
wrong
now,
about
now they
250
just steal a
tons,
base in the
23
World Series and we get free
Yeah.
tacos. So that seemed really
fucking
lame at
heavy.
that time.
Yeah,
my.
but I mean, I think right now is the time to like text your crush, text your ex.
This is how the
rekindle
article starts.
things, be like, we might get hit by a fucking Chinese rocket.
This is the New York Times. No, this is the very start of the article. No, you are almost certainly not going to be hit by a 10-story, 23-ton piece of rocket hurtling back to Earth. That said, the
Wait,
chances
is it-
are not zero.
Is it 230 tons or
23.
Oh,
23.
okay. Oh, that's
light
not
work,
bad. That's like
bro.
10
I can check that.
That's like 10
There you
elephants.
go.
That's
No,
That's like, listen, when we get like Willie, Frank the Tank, and a few other guys in the room, that was like team cut for the fucking Whoop Challenge, right? That ain't that heavy. Give me a break, man.
But can we
Couple
know
times.
soon? Like, I feel like at a certain point in the atmosphere, we're able to see it's probably going to land
I
in
would
this
imagine,
area.
though, I would imagine the reason why we don't know is like China's not talking to us and telling us.
China, I mean, you
Because
guys
they-
give us
they-
a little
they
We have to have
something
satellites
here.
that can check it, right?
I would think, but I also feel like China just whenever China's like to blame, they're just
They
like,
don't
nah,
say
man, I don't know what
shit,
you're talking
yep.
about.
I feel
When
like
it
there
wasn't
should
Don't
us.
say shit.
Wuhan, what? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
is there like a thing where-
So,
If
right
something
now,
like breaks through the atmosphere, everybody that is like shooting shit into space gets a notification like, whoop, there's something in the atmosphere. You know how sometimes when there's like a human body detected or movement
Amber
detected
alert?
in like
Yeah.
a house,
Send
like
an
that kind of
Amber
shit,
alert.
but for the atmosphere, does that not
Well,
exist?
apparently not. I don't know. We'll find
right now,
out.
the latest prediction is it'll hit on Sunday at 3:43.
They know the exact minute, but they don't know where.
They have narrowed it down to basically the entire Earth.
Holy shit,
It's gonna land
This
somewhere
way.
in this window right here.
It's not going to hit Russia, like
Yeah,
northern
basically
Russia.
Russia's good.
All right, so all of Australia,
Okay.
all of like, so basically like Siberia is safe. Everything below Siberia in Russia and Asia is in trouble.
Zimbabwe?
It's like a Rick and
No,
Morty
only like
episode.
a
I kinda
little
like
sliver
that.
of Africa. Where's Zimbabwe?
Oh, well, fuck.
Sorry, bro.
Wait,
Sorry,
are we in
God
trouble
fucking
too?
damn it.
US in
It's the
trouble?
exact
And the
same.
U.S.
God
is
fucking
yeah,
damn
it.
like that. It's like a band that goes across this way. So like
Yeah.
that middle. It's like the middle of the earth, basically.
It's basically
see
where
your
all the
entire-
people live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit one of those spots.
Okay.
It's
Alright,
actually
cool.
kind of surprising that I feel like I mean, I guess it probably has to do with orbits and gravity and pull and all that shit, why we don't get hit by stuff all the time. But you feel like, I'm surprised that there's been, only like one meteor in the last, like the dinosaur meteor.
I actually saw a visual about that. It's honestly mostly because of Jupiter.
Right, Jupiter pulls everything away, right?
Jupiter pulls like basically everything.
Jupiter's a fat motherfucker
Yeah,
out
Jupiter
there.
is
Ratty,
Jupiter
right?
is like it's like literally our muscle.
real. Yeah.
It's like our muscle.
Yeah, because
Love it.
it puts everything in like a perfect, like the solar system's in like
Yeah.
perfect harmony because Jupiter's so fat, it's like pulling everything away.
I've always said that it seems like we should have a better game plan for asteroids. Like anytime there's like an asteroid, it's like, this one will probably miss us.
That's
but
all we
like
say, though.
that's it. We're just
Yeah.
like, yep, doesn't look like this one will
Well,
hit us. But if
this-
it ever is going to, what do we do?
I thought that this was prime time for Armageddon type shit.
No, but they
I mean, it seems
tested
like
out a thing where they landed on an asteroid, and that was basically like proof that they
Armageddon?
could deflect one if they wanted to. Like they landed a probe on a moving asteroid, and then so
Really?
if there was one that was coming right at us,
Could just be a bomb.
hypothetically, if they could do it again, they could get on it and then just explode it.
I'll tell you what, if we ever pull off,
You're just describing Armageddon.
if we ever pull off a real life
Let's just
Armageddon,
apply Armageddon.
Yeah.
if like America's ever responsible for a real life Armageddon to save the planet,
I don't want
The
to
thing
hear
that sucks
shit.
though is
I
you
don't want to hear shit from
no more
anybody ever again.
Oh, America, like you're so fat and
No.
racist. Oh yeah, we just saved the world Armageddon
Yeah.
style, so fuck you.
Right.
Give me a
The
Do you
thing
break.
that
guys
sucks is
remember-
you can't send people. Like it'd be way more efficient just to send like a drone, like just a.
Well, yeah, I
probe.
don't think you.
There's no like singular
Which sucks.
heroes.
It's like, could we send Bruce Willis?
Would you?
Yeah, that would
would
be
you
cool.
go if you?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I would do literally anything in any capacity in space, even if it was guaranteed death.
So Elon and them, I think, just.
You take guaranteed death to go to space?
Because, dude, if I
Yeah,
die
just-
in space,
What if you
kinda
just
let that
waited
go.
a few years and
Yeah.
like maybe like the technology?
I was gonna say,
advances
I think
to-
Elon is selling like tickets right now. Like
Yeah.
commercial travel to space. You go with a space team.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're doing? But you
I
can
would
be a
do it.
civilian and just go up.
I would do it.
Would you go to space?
Probably.
Like
not
'cause I
not
do-
like
I do think
not
like
like
within
initial
Our,
test run space.
right,
no.
right.
No,
So,
no.
But
Eventually,
Secure
yes.
space.
I think like in our lifetime, SpaceX will be doing super
Yeah.
expensive. I'm sure, but you probably could. You would
No,
do
I
it.
think like iPhone 1. Remember that? You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'll let you test it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me
yeah,
3G, then I'll
Would you
do
go
it.
to, would you want to have some gummies? Pop them
I mean, Rudy hasn't stopped eating these the entire show.
Yeah.
These are
but his are sour
Just
packets.
eating it.
Oh,
Just
I'm still gonna
Hank,
eat one of
Hank
them.
once ate a whole jar of the actual
Can I eat
biotin
2 of these?
gummies.
It says serving
Yeah,
size
yeah.
1. I'm feeling crazy. The world
I
might
eat like
end
4
this
to
week.
5.
Yeah, I was about to-
No.
I rip a
I'm
handful at a
going
time.
space.
I'm
Space
out.
is pretty clean.
I'm
I
out
feel like
on
that'd be nice.
I'm
for
out
Tom.
on
Yeah, no germs up there.
Yeah, but how long does it take to get there?
Think about the
How
NFT.
long does it take to get to
Tommy.
space? I don't
Yeah,
know.
what
Oh
about
my
the
God, the
space
NFT.
A
Ah.
space, like first
Hey.
ever Tommy smokes NFT in orbit
Okay.
while you just float
Yeah,
around.
I'm going
Sold,
to space.
sold,
Yeah.
sold.
That's your
You gotta go.
retirement
How
fund
much do you
right
think
there.
that would sell for? The Tommy smokes
Buddha
floating in orbit.
Buddha
space.
Ben has Tommy Smoke selfie number 1. He had it listed for $3.5 million. He took it down because he thought that would have been a steal.
I can't tell Buddha Ben. Shout out to Buddha. He sent me a great hoodie. I love him. And I love that he's like so passionate. And when you're doing like your own thing, you got to take it like super serious and like
Buddha's gonna
really
be,
go
like,
after it.
A millionaire.
Yeah, like
I
he
think.
like I was gonna say that was my
he's a-
question. Is like
he's a wacky
is it
guy.
like it's gonna go one way or the other? And I feel like he's
He's selling, like, all his hoodies are selling out. Like, his NFTs are doing well. His real art. I was telling him, too, he should start, like, a YouTube channel where he does his oddrawing. Because, like, I find it, like,
Totally.
oddly satisfying when, like, people draw. I think it's, like, an
Yeah.
ASMR
We did
thing.
it. We did it for because we hired one of our like
Right.
vlogs. Was
Like,
just
so
us
if he's got a
painting each
YouTube
other,
channel
like,
where he's drawing, promoting his collection, he's got all his NFTs, he's got his hoodies, he's got his physical art. Like, that's so
Yeah.
much stuff. And if he's getting paid in crypto, which is only going up,
Yeah.
he will be a millionaire.
yeah.
for sure.
Is that what he's doing right? Like you can't just buy with regular money. You have to buy with crypto, or you can.
Well, any NFTs you can't buy with
Right,
regular.
right,
You
right,
have to
right.
buy on, like, OpenSea.
Got
I
it,
think,
got
like,
it.
his hoodies and stuff you could buy.
Got it.
That you can just do.
Yeah.
I almost bought one the other day. I almost bought one of your selfies the other day.
I mean, please do.
You almost bought a Tommy Smoke selfie.
I just couldn't get.
I
It was
will
like
bash you.
Yeah.
I did.
You saw the
It's
video
a
where the
good
guy smashed it with the wine
investment. It's
bottle.
an
I will do that if you
investment,
buy
John.
Tommy Smoke.
I didn't. It was.
I'm just saying you can do it, and that'll be an NFT. It's me smashing Tommy and you with a fucking bottle.
Yep.
I clicked the link and I just didn't have an OpenSea account. I just like I don't feel like making one right now.
I
But
made,
there will be a
made
day
one the
where
other
I'm
day.
bored enough
I have
to
an
make
OpenSea,
one.
not for your ship. Remember you sent me the
Yeah, we're-
instructions. I have an
yeah.
OpenSea. I have a wallet now. I don't have any money in it. I don't know what to do with it.
What
But
are you
I
gonna do
I
with
want to make an NFT. Your brother told me to do this.
Yeah.
For
He's always pushing
the
shit.
original plane breakout photo. He says I should do it. And I was like,
wow.
okay.
See, there
Actually,
are
That's what I mean, like,
internet
even,
junkies.
knows?
there are, like, it's a funny, like, it's a cool concept. 'Cause even, like, I mean, Dave's obviously was fucking
Was that
crazy.
140
Yeah, that was
grand
wild.
first ever
Think how many,
Barstool
like,
NFT.
moments are in, like,
Dude, that's
this
what
company,
I
yeah.
said that initially. I was like, when you think about all the pictures, all the videos, Like, there are iconic Barstool moments with everybody here.
Could you imagine owning the NFT of the first time Brandon thinks Khan's cheated and then doesn't? Like, could you imagine like just owning that? Like
Brandon
there's so
pushing
many.
It'd just be
Devlin?
crazy.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
That's what I.
push.
Brandon shoving him would
All
be.
of that shit, man.
Wild.
There
I
are-
think like we think like we're so on the internet. We talked about this with Dogecoin too, where it's like we think we're late on something,
Yes.
but we're so on the internet.
as far as
where
the
we're
general
still-
public, we're way ahead.
NFTs, like if I
No
ever
idea.
tell anyone that's like doesn't work at Barstool NFTs, they're like, "What the fuck are you talking
Right.
about?"
Yeah.
And I do genuinely think that eventually NFTs will be like something everyone
Totally normal.
knows.
That's why Hoge
Hoge,
is still
buy Hoge, buy Hoge, buy Hoge.
buying Hoge. Me and Tommy, a couple other people here in the Hoge family. Hoge has to at least kind of do what Doge did. It has to.
Yeah.
It's basically the same word. It's a dog. It's Hoge, it's a Doge. It's the same thing. It's very hard to buy right now. You got to follow 1,000
That's
steps.
why it's perfect.
And eventually,
Buy
if you're in, if you do all those steps and get in on it, eventually when it's on like Blockfolio, hey Blockfolio, put it in your fucking app. Then
And
really
not
everybody
even
buys
that-
it. And
it's not that
Do you
hard
have to
buy.
do that every time you want to buy it? Like, do
No.
you already
Yeah,
have
you
a
go
that
through-
is
you go
happening.
Here's
through
for
the long
everyone who
steps
wants to buy Dogecoin. Here's how you do it. Go on Blockfolio, coin, whatever. Well, we'll say Blockfolio. Any wallet like that. Buy Ethereum. Set up a MetaMask account. Send
I was
your
gonna say, that's what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not.
You lost-
It's
you
like-
lost
it's
me
like
right
that,
there.
yeah.
Easy. It's a
I'm
Google
out.
Chrome extension. Send the Ethereum
Start
to your
finish, it took me like
MetaMask account.
15 minutes.
And
the
then
whole
use
thing.
Uniswap to switch Ethereum to Dogecoin.
You know
and
what
boom.
is funny? What you just said.
That's it. It's not that
It's a
hard.
lot like workout commercials where they're like, just do this for 15 minutes and you'll be good. It's like, okay, yeah, if I just do 15 minutes of straight push-ups,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking
Well, that's
gassed.
what-
If
that's
you
what I'm
think
saying.
about 15 full minutes of downloading and clicking and following and logging in and
For the
like,
potential of millions.
I know, I did it. I'm just saying, when people are like, it only takes 15 minutes, like, in terms of logging into shit a bunch of times,
Yeah,
that's a
it's-
long fucking time.
Logging into shit is the worst. Like, that
Oh,
is
and they
everything
have a
about this,
million,
yeah.
and it's good. They have like all these security checks, so you don't like get robbed or whatever.
Also,
but
that,
it's like
I'm very paranoid about losing my wallet password. I have
Yeah.
it like securely.
I think I
don't know,
might
I think
have
it's on
lost
my phone
my-
somewhere.
I don't
like,
have a
See,
clue what my password is.
I don't
You
even
can-
know.
you
It's
can-
very long.
okay.
It makes no
Are you-
sense.
Are you guys the biggest stakeholders of Hoge in the world?
No.
What is
Tom
the-
Lay
Tom, I have
has
what?
about 93 million Dogecoins.
Holy shit!
But who
I
else?
have
How
four.
much-
I have 4 million.
Yeah, I
Has
have
anybody
3.
else outside of the Barstool
Wait a minute,
sphere?
hang on. I have 3 million Hoge coins. If Hoge does what Doge did, that'll be worth like 150 grand, I think.
More than that. If,
More
if,
than that?
if Hoge gets up to 50 cents, we'll have like millions. We'll have millions.
Really?
Yes.
Millions.
If Hoge does what Doge
Well, think
does,
about it.
meaning
If we have 3 million Hoge coins, 50 cents is half of that. It's 1.5 million.
so Tom Lay will be like a fucking.
Tom Lay will
Wow.
be
But that I mean,
life-changing.
like as much
yeah,
as I'm
yeah, yeah,
joking,
that's an unbelievable amount of money.
like it's really not that crazy to think that Hoge will have its moment, whether it goes to 50 or 60 cents or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm thinking of when there was a point when my Doge would have been worth like 50 grand, but I think that was when it went to like 10 cents.
Right. We're
Alright.
like right now. I think Hoge
So
is point.
I mean,
zero,
imagine
zero,
Tom
zero,
Lay is
zero.
just fucking like
That
has
would be
$10
wild.
million.
That'd be insane.
would be
It's
insane.
very possible.
Very
But
possible.
And
But
that's
does
the thing, like,
anybody
Rob-
outside of Barstool have Hoge?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a deflationary coin, Rudy, okay? Whereas Doge floods the market because it's a joke, Hoge is in control of the fucking demand and the supply in the market at all times.
I feel you. I
good.
respect it. I respect
50%
it.
of people
Yeah.
hold, or the top holders, like few holders, hold 50% of Dogecoin. Like they could influence the market like that. Dogecoin, it's deflationary.
The
baby.
people.
The
The
people
people.
own it. The people own Doge.
I respect it, dude.
So
Just got
you're-
communism now. We're in a
So you're in a
cult. We are in a cult.
Oh,
Are
for
you-
sure!
These are the same people that like came here, delivered shit to you,
Yes.
like
Yes.
all that.
Yes.
Okay,
Who will
okay,
be
okay.
on the
You're in a
podcast.
Which
cult.
actually
Yeah.
I thought was a very bad sign. Very bad
What do you mean?
sign.
That they were like,
they're,
sucking
They were
Tommy's
like
dick.
they're
Tommy-
almost using him to
Because
push the product.
we're a fucking family
You're
over
right.
here. You know about family.
But he's the whale of
You
like.
guys-
I am their Elon Musk.
You guys seen the WeWork documentary?
Yes.
No,
He
I
reminds
need
me
to
of,
watch
he
that.
reminds me of what's his
Honestly,
name? Andrew,
Adam,
the CEO,
the
whatever the
I
CEO,
fuck
haven't seen it,
yeah.
so I
that.
cannot comment on
It's
if
even,
I agree
actually,
or
you would
disagree.
he's one of those guys people just like trusted what he said and followed what he
Bro,
did, and maybe it
okay.
ended up
He
being like
is
a little
a-
weird, but like the
he's a
idea
talker.
itself was unbelievable.
Sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, the most important thing, it's got a cute meme, cute dog meme too.
Yes,
It's
and
a
their
different
memes are
dog. It's
very
not the
good.
Shiba Inu. It's the regular fucking meme
I saw 2 this morning
that looked like
of
the
the
Doge.
Doge dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I
Really?
got back on the
They're so
Doge
cute,
train
they should
yesterday.
Well, so here's the thing with Doge.
That's a
Elon,
sign, Rudy.
That's a
Elon's
sign,
going
dude.
That's why I'm
on-
talking to you, bro.
That's tough.
Elon's going on Saturday Night Live tomorrow,
I can't wait for that.
and he's going to talk about Doge, and everyone's thinking like it's going to pop again. But Doge is 2008, man. It's over. It's over. Doge had its moment. It's time
I
for
think it's
Hoge.
too late to get rich on Doge.
Like,
Like right now,
you
Doge
can make
is
some money, but you're
50
not gonna.
cents.
Yeah.
Even if it goes to $5, which is crazy, 10 times investment, you put $1,000 in, that's nice, $10,000. That's not changing your life.
it's not millions
Like
like
Dogecoin is
Hoge,
so
baby.
small right now, where you could have that like 10,000 times.
Well, that's why, as much as it's silly. What?
Rudy?
10K? Like, why would
That's
you not
not
want?
life-changing money.
But why would you not want 10K?
No,
Why
you can
would you
do
not
it,
want
but-
10 million?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just do both?
Tommy's
Yeah,
just going
Tommy
to
thinks
Sean
big
Parker.
picture
Like,
always.
yeah,
You
cool.
are- yeah,
No,
no,
you
you
can,
are,
but
straight
the
up.
idea, like,
That's-
there's
you
nothing
love it.
else aside from just actual gambling, like throwing a bunch of money on a fucking number in roulette, that's gonna give you that possible return. Of course, it's all like silly and meme and pie in the sky.
Yeah.
But there is a better chance at getting like 10,000x your money doing this than like anything
Yeah.
else, really.
Yeah, no,
Are you on crypto?
Nope.
Not at all.
I've thought about it.
You
Hoge,
feel
I've
like, I
come
feel
really
like you
close.
would be that guy.
Yeah, it's a thing that like I feel like I've missed the boat a couple times.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoin I did miss the boat on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like big time.
Right.
Not to a point where like
Did
I
you ever
regret
consider it? And, like,
Absolutely.
and you just never pulled the trigger. That sucks.
Close to regretting. Like
Yeah.
that's how close. But the steps
Come on
don't.
with the Hoge
the
family.
steps don't sound that crazy.
Oh,
They
well,
really
they're
do.
not that
Right
much.
through it tonight.
Yeah.
I used
There's
to
a
make
chance.
fun of
There's a
Bitcoin.
chance
I was
I'd
like,
do it.
Bitcoin's so stupid. Like I just forever was making fun of that shit, and now
Well,
I,
they
like, I
are
have an
all
OpenSea
pretty dumb in
account.
a way, but whatever.
The right people told me about Bitcoin, and then of like the 4 or 5 people who wanted me to do it early, one person absolutely was the wrong person to tell me it, and I said, if you're in, I can't be in. And that person did so way
That-
too early and blew it, so I feel mildly justified in that
Right,
sense.
sure,
but
sure.
there was one guy who's like, I just can't be on anything.
Well, I
you're
remember.
on."
I mean, our first introduction was Bitcoin Marty. So anybody? Want one? Yeah. But it's kind of like one or the other. But Marty was very like, Bitcoin Marty was this dude who just started coming to Barstool without a job. He did not work here. He didn't get a paycheck, but he spent his whole day here. And I just remember him writing on whiteboards and stuff. And I was like,
He
you
had
don't work
a job, right? He worked
here?
here. I think he
I thought
worked
it was
I
in
think he
AdSense.
worked
I
for
thought it was
Lou,
like
I
he
believe.
worked for Lou,
Does
but
he?
did advertising.
but that's what I
advertising.
mean. Was it a pay?
I think
like,
he was on Lou's payroll, not
Yeah,
Barstool.
that's
I think he was a
Yeah.
Barstool
Yeah.
Sports.
He got a paycheck
I
from
think he
Barstool.
did.
I think him and Lou just did Bitcoin, but I think he was technically employed by Barstool.
It was early enough in Barstool that like it could be. the
Also,
case.
like, remember, like, he still has, like, I believe he has, like, the #1 Bitcoin podcast in the world. Like,
Yeah.
Jack,
Yeah.
like,
Tales
CEO
from the crypt.
Jack
Oh, yeah?
Dorsey, has gone
Yeah,
on
well,
his
so that was
podcast.
my
Oh
point
my
was
God,
that like
really?
I remember being
That's
like,
a deal.
who is this
He's a weird
Bitcoin
cat.
Marty
He has like
clown?
60,000 followers.
Well, I
I,
also
like,
think he
recently
has.
came across
I think he
this
has like
photo.
60,000
Isn't
Bitcoins.
that
total.
Tales from the Crypt?
So I remember thinking,
I'm gonna look
Bitcoin
up
Marty,
that
like,
shit.
who is this wacky guy? And now he's like, oh, I'm the guy who's like,
Well, I learned about him on
10,000 times your
on
net worth, pal.
MLB Network. I learned about.
Yes, yes. Mad Dog Russo.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Bitcoin Marty
personality.
coming up into the brink or whatever.
Top 5
That was
personalities.
Yeah.
I think we
know
called
any
it
good?
Playboy Marty by mistake. That's current.
Current.
person.
Current.
Playboy.
That's
Bitcoin Marty is who we're
Bitcoin
calling
Marty
it. I'm
is
trying to
Like
like
Boy Marty's one of the
I
best
have
nicknames ever.
You
But
can't
no,
work here
please.
and be called Marty and not have a nickname writer attached
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
your
that's
name.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Marty
Some kind of
Bent
Marty.
has 67,000 followers right now. Editor in chief
Crypto
of Marty's
king.
Bet. Yeah, he had like I think 1,000 when he worked here.
I mean,
Wow,
him and
wow.
Lou are probably going to retire off of Bitcoin alone. So
Probably.
sometimes the crazy people are the ones to listen to.
True.
It's
Again,
always
the
a fine
person I
line.
didn't listen to wasn't crazy, was an idiot. And that was the
That's
other people were
sometimes
crazy.
it, too.
The other people were crazy though, and I should have listened to them. The idiot just he drove me away.
Well,
So
even look
stupid.
at like
That's
Portnoy. Portnoy's either, depending on what you're talking about, like the smartest guy in the world or like the biggest idiot. Where it's like, if you listen to him on this thing, you'd be fucked. If you listen to him on this thing, you're going, to the top.
Can't be in the middle.
You know what I
No,
think
that's
is
not even
the future of it is I think that like why wouldn't you just be able to like crypto a person? Like how everyone's like, oh, I'm buying stock in.
So that's BitClout is like the first thing that has that where you can
BitClout?
buy. Yeah, BitClout's like a.
I've never heard of
It's
that
like a
phrase.
kind of a social network, but it's the idea of that you can buy into like a social like a influencer.
Okay, well that I would love to get on. However, if it wasn't like skyrocketing, it would ruin my confidence.
So
I
so
don't
you
know.
know,
Sign up for that.
I'm
Like,
on
if
it.
not everyone in the world invested in me personally. I
You
would
might
take it
already
personally.
be on it. What they did is they went through and they
Are
had.
people profiting off of me? And
No,
I'm not getting a
It's
cut?
like my account already existed. A lot of Barstool people's already existed, and I just claimed it. So I haven't done anything with it. I'm not spending any money on it, but I was like, just in case, because if something fucking skyrockets. So I think there's basically there's like a KFC coin. You
Okay.
get your own crypto coin, and people can buy that if they
I'm
think you're going to go up.
intrigued.
Yeah. Well, somebody,
As am I, but I'm gonna be really
That's the
mad.
future,
if
dude.
The,
Like,
the
not.
article
Yeah.
I read about it had a tweet
Tommy
embedded
coin,
from I think
Oh my gosh.
one of the YouTube guys. It was either Mr. Beast or David Dobrik, R.I.P. One of those guys said like, I don't know anything about stocks, but I do know about this world of like internet influencers. So and I've got money to spend, but I don't know anything about stocks, so I don't want to invest in that. But if I could buy and sell this kind of shit, like I know a fuck ton. I know who's gonna blow up. I know who's gonna fall off. I know this is the realm I know. So I wish I could buy and invest in that. And that's what BitClout did, where you can actually.
I mean, weirdly, that's like more tangible of an asset than an NFT.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Your
if you
person?
bought ZA, and then he links up with troops and they're fucking they start skyrocketing. Like
Right.
that's buying the right people when they get in
That's
here
on
early.
a discount.
That's
What
but
decides
like
that
with
price? Like, what decides the price of that person? Is it based on like followers?
That I don't know. I mean, it's
Yeah,
probably like what your actual cloud is.
Twitter
I think it's
followers.
based on your follow because it's all linked to Twitter and Instagram. So it's
Okay.
probably
It's probably ranked.
probably
Like,
heavy
It
followers.
could also
Probably
just be
ranked.
based on nothing. Like Doge is based on literally nothing.
Well, Doge based on how many people buy it.
Yeah, but it's so you could be the same thing about
Right.
like Tommy Smokes. If you
Okay.
got enough people to be like, we're gonna buy Tommy, then the price goes up.
I'm very into this.
I'm not into
Very
it. It's
into
either
it.
I
It's either
have
a total
like
very
scam
Because it sounds like
and like everyone's
slavery.
gonna invest their
It's-
money and lose it, or they're gonna get rich.
I don't think it sounds like slavery. Like I would just like, I would be like, well, I feel like responsible. I feel like I have a fiduciary responsibility to people who invest. in it.
just said fiduciary.
Fancy,
And
sir.
I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna get drunk on a Saturday afternoon. Like, well, but I'm not working, and my investors are probably.
Could you imagine?
I would argue-
Could you imagine? Let's think about this. Could you imagine you log into BitClout and you put $1,000 of your money into John Feitelberg? You log on to Instagram and he's drinking his milkshake.
It would go up. It would go up. If I invested in fights, and I went on a Saturday night and he's on Instagram, he's like, I'm reading, I'd sell immediately. Out.
Like, have you seen the milkshake guy? He's stuck in his mustache and he says big words. We're going to the moon.
Yo, I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's disgusting.
I followed you on
When it-
TikTok
like
yesterday
the
'cause I see you're doing it
I
now on
love it.
TikTok, and I followed to support.
I think it rules. I'm sorry, I think it's so
The
funny.
TikTok's awesome because the views
It's
are
great.
going down,
Yeah.
but the leaning into it is going up, which
Yeah, yeah.
is, which
You know
is
what?
such an awesome
I've been
move.
doing my whole career with this guy. That's what we do here.
Of course. I just,
That's awesome.
It's just so gross. What do you do after? Can you let us behind the scenes?
When it's
Do you
on
have to
your
wash
chest,
face?
oh my
It's-
It
God.
gets everywhere.
Afterwards, I have to have a serious cleaning session. I have to
Sure.
I get like paper towels and I have to clean up the porch because it would just like stain the porch.
Yeah.
And then I obviously get right in the shower after that. But it is. I've said this before. I don't know if I said it on the podcast or on Friday Night Pints. I apologize
To your shareholders.
to any woman who I didn't disregard, but I just didn't think it was that serious. The whole like, don't get it in my hair, don't get it in my hair, because
yeah.
when you have a protein-based liquid in your mustache, it's a hard shower.
It's
you
a
really
lot.
gotta scrub stuff out of it.
We had this conversation with your girlfriend and myself. We were like, yeah, talking about eyelashes. And so that's been my fucking plight for so many years. I'm like, listen, come in your eyelashes. It's really hard to get out. So be considerate always, and then never considerate. Now all of a sudden we got Mr. Considerate. Over here.
Drink a couple
Protein-based
protein
liquids.
shakes.
Don't put the top of my eyelashes.
Put some
That's
in
all
your
I'm asking.
eyelashes.
That's it.
Solidarity.
It's like and I do always go. It is by far, and like I've said this a couple times as well, but like the most hated thing I've ever done in my career. Like people, like strangers and followers have always hated things here and there on, but like I have
This is across the
friends,
board.
people who like I have real emotional connections to, being like, this is gonna ruin our relationship.
That is
It's
funny
fucking
though.
gross.
It is hard to
I
resist.
skip
I don't know.
That's
I think
funny.
it's very
Gross.
funny.
Yeah,
I'm
Instagram.
into it. I like it personally.
On Instagram, it's one thing. On TikTok, it got like 52 views.
TikTok's the perfect place.
Up to 10,000 daily!
TikTok is the perfect place for it because there's all kinds of freaks on TikTok who love shit like that.
You're gonna end up
They're
on
like,
Kenjack
That's
shit.
actually the
you
problem.
will. Like,
You know what?
TikTok is
something
really
three
good for it.
times.
Instagram, no.
That's the
Instagram,
market.
don't
I
put it
watch
on my
it three
story.
times.
No one here is like everyone's like starting to do TikTok and like do their own thing, and no one's marketing being a freak on TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like
Well,
you,
that's what
we
he
don't have
said.
any.
First
We need a freak.
started.
Wait,
My
you're
first-
mistaken. You must not be on the right TikTok
Freak
because there's
show.
a lot of fucking
Not
freaks on
here
TikTok.
though.
Go to
Like
Kenjack.
no one is like gonna be the barstool freak.
My first introduction to TikTok was Kenjack with his like when he
Right.
posts them all. So I was like
The guy
oh my
with the
God,
fucking
Kenjack.
arm,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like, it's people on TikTok are people who apparently don't have any bones.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who are horny cops and people who have dead babies and they carry dolls around and heavy divorcees.
Heavy
And then
divorcees.
I found out TikTok is
Like
obviously a
hillbillies.
lot. That's just one little freak corner of it. But I guess that's like the internet.
There
just
are like
freak corners
branch.
of everything.
TikTok is so fascinating to me. It's like one of those. Think of like the like big tree I want to say like Fern Gully. You know that movie Fern Gully with that giant fucking tree with all the different branches and all the different like
you
like
could be
lives
over
and
here,
homes
over
and
there,
everything's
and-
over here. That's like TikTok to me.
Right.
It's like every single branch has like 15 subsets and then subsets off of that.
But it's all the same fucking
it
app.
blows my mind. I'm
I
on
know,
it for
that's
6
why
hours a
it's-
day. It's
Their
crazy.
algorithm is the most dank.
It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Everything that I get on my For You page, I laugh at every single time. There's never a miss. Like
Yeah,
never a miss.
yeah.
It's
No, I
fun.
mean, they once
crazy.
they know who you are, they know
Yeah.
who the fuck you are.
Yeah, they're
And that's a real,
It really is scary.
horrifying.
algorithm-based app that sends shit your way is a real look in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's a real reality check where I'm like,
Yeah.
why are they sending? Okay, I
Yeah,
know. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah, yeah,
because they know who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
good. It's awesome.
I started using my TikTok as like a diary. I just like talk into it, like it's an Instagram story because I don't love you'll never catch me like flirting with a camera. Never. I would rather die.
What does that mean?
You would think that I wouldn't be like that. No, I'm not. I can
Like
take myself
thirst
seriously.
trapping?
Yeah, like if I'm like dancing and like singing along to one of the songs,
yeah,
like
okay,
lip syncing,
okay.
I'll maybe
So
lip
you
sync.
love the camera,
And I've also
bitch.
maybe done it a couple times when I'm hammered, but I like
Yeah.
regret it. Like I'm like,
Right,
oh well, it's already
right,
there. I
right,
can
right.
delete it, but I regret it. But everybody else seems so comfortable with that. I am not. So now I'm just like I talk it and I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking tired. I don't know, man. Goodbye. Or like I'm drunk and I'm like, yeah, when I'm drunk, I'm at the pool, I'm eating pizza, like whatever. Drunk, like going. It's going okay.
I mean, I tried. I can't.
all right.
I can't do it.
I'm in a
It's
war
tough.
with TikTok. They banned me. I
They
think I'm
banned
You
For
shocked.
what?
sat here shaking your head, stewing this whole TikTok.
what?
conversation.
I got kicked out of the creator fund, which is
You
like where you
did?
get paid for views. I don't know what I did. I never had any videos taken
You're the
down.
bad boy at
That's
TikTok.
the
I'm
only
the-
point
and
of doing
Probably when you
TikToks.
talked about killing like your Uncle Eugene, like burying
That's
bodies.
funny. And Edwin, our new TikTok
Yep,
guy,
that'll do
like,
it.
Yeah,
has been
yeah.
in contact with TikTok with the people, and they're like, he emailed, he's like, hey, can we get time back? His email was it was nice, but it's always like, hey, Tom, like he puts out a lot of content that does really well, but he's the only account we have that isn't growing. He's like, I think
God.
like he's shadow banned or something, and they were like, yeah, like we can't get him back in the fund. Like I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. So I might
I
actually
really
start
don't
a
know
new
either.
account.
Yeah.
I might start a new account, but I have like 60,000 followers, which isn't insignificant.
Well, on
Yeah.
TikTok, it is kind of. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
I
if you're
know,
gonna,
but-
if you're
60
gonna
is
make
significant.
TikTok,
That I think is. I
But-
think
but on
if you get
TikTok,
over
could
like
have,
10
there was a
on
point
TikTok,
in TikTok
that's
where if
where
you
you
had
get the
one
creator.
viral TikTok, you'd get fucking 100,000
I know,
followers.
and I missed that.
We missed the
one,
boat on
and
that.
Yeah.
We didn't miss the boat on Hogecoin, but we missed the boat on
Yeah,
that.
we're in on
Yeah.
it.
The creator fund thing just reminded me of the tip jar.
Yeah.
Which-
I meant to ask you about that.
I mean, we're not
I-
gonna make
it
a
was-
dime,
Same,
but
it's not
every
really
girl
me.
and
Me
all
neither.
their
I'm
simps are gonna
furious.
make. The chicks are gonna clean up.
I'm psyched.
is that?
You guys were talking about it. I was like, fuck, how do I get on
It was
there?
just like, I
I
just opened my
promised so many
Twitter
people.
app one day.
Yeah,
yesterday.
you gotta,
It was
you
just
gotta be
fucking
like
I
a
don't give a
certain.
shit. Like I don't give a
Sorry,
shit. Like
Rudy.
tip me.
But
I'll
I
Twitter, you get a tip jar?
jokingly said,
Oh,
I
sick.
was joking, like I was like, yeah, I turned on my tip jar. Anyone is allowed to give me all the money they want. Like I wasn't serious. People were upset. People were
mad
like,
at you for doing that.
they're like, you think we're actually gonna give you fucking money for your tweets? Like, no, I don't think that. That would be insane. You'd be stupid to do that.
Honestly,
But
I
it
mean,
was
probably,
just-
It would be
but
stupid, but it's
eventually
also
it'll-
not
I mean,
that
did you
crazy.
just follow
Bitches
me on
get
Twitter today?
Venmos
I got
all
any
day
jokes.
long.
Well,
How is that crazy?
Chicks are gonna get money. You're gonna
Chicks will
have
get money
an
on Twitter for
army
sure.
of simps that will just be like,
Yep.
if
can't
you just
wait.
tweet out like,
Hook me
I need
up.
money for my nails today, you will have guys.
Legion of Simps.
Oh, I
Yep.
can't wait. I
The
can't
casual.
wait.
And dudes won't make much money, but I bet you eventually they will. I don't know. Eventually they'll be.
I saw a lot of people,
It'll
like
happen.
actual journalists and stuff, like Yashar Ali, that
Mm-hmm.
guy. He set his up and he's like, FYI, I set up my thing. If you like my content,
That
whatever.
shit
Like,
will
he's
work.
serious.
People like
he's-
us, no. But people who are like,
Yeah.
I'm still out here trying to put out like good journalism, and you know, like it doesn't pay that well, but if you want me to keep,
Yeah.
that shit'll work.
Yeah.
For
The
sure.
sob stories.
There's so
Not
few
like,
of that.
tip me.
Cover
Did
the
you
broke
make
shake
how much
Yeah,
and
there's
shit.
no shaking my mustache. Give me $1.
Nobody tipped you?
I honestly don't even know how you go about doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna
You
look
set
right
up
now.
like once you go, you take a step forward. You go to.
I don't
You have yours on,
Well,
Kevin?
Go to edit profile, and that's where you'll see it.
For hypotheticals.
Feitelberg.
Yesterday I did it and it wasn't
Yeah, my
there.
tip jar is
Really
on,
upset
but I
me.
also my Venmo. I'm banned
I
from
don't have it.
I
Venmo,
don't see any tip.
and
Yeah, like how do I?
It's very upsetting
I'm
to
looking
me.
at your.
It's
You
that I
have yours
looked up
on,
last night.
right?
It's
Yeah.
just
I'm
select-
looking at your profile. I don't even see where
I
I
should
was
be.
So, oh, how do,
should I?
oh, I see. What you mean. I don't even. Yeah, I don't know how to do
Where do
that.
you turn it on?
2009.
Go to edit profile.
The
And then
interesting
have it
thing
yet.
is
The bottom
that
tip jar.
I think it
I don't
depends
have
on like what platform it is. Because
Fucking
like
chump.
on Twitch, people just throw money.
I know, that's what I mean. That's why when people are like, you think we're really gonna do that? It's like, I don't know, motherfuckers on Twitch do it all the time. People do it on OnlyFans and
YouTube
Cash App
too.
and everything. YouTube, all that
YouTube,
stuff.
yeah,
Throw
anything
Throw
that's
money
like
and don't
live
even say
streaming.
You
nothing.
guys making money?
Oh, Troops does.
Yeah?
they throw
and-
money
and
and
it-
they don't even leave
And
a
it's
comment.
just like,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah, it's like
you're not buying anything in
$50
return.
bucks, $100.
Because people, it's the same thing as Patreon and OnlyFans and all that shit, where it's like when you're a real fan of somebody and you think you're like down for the cause, you're like
sure.
supporting their whole thing, you know. So I don't think it's that far.
It is-
People would pay for you could get tips for the dozen right now, no fucking doubt.
Yeah.
The dozen
think
is
so.
such a like a.
Better figure out how to get that set up.
Honestly though, it's such a grassroots thing. Like when you posted the other day when it was wrapped up, we were like, you know, thanks to the fans and thanks to everyone who competes. Like, it
My
is
tip
one of
jar is
those.
open.
It's one of those like, you know what I mean? And yeah, sure, maybe you should say something like, we'll use part of it to like for a set next year.
Look,
oh,
2%
I should
will
reinvest
go to
it.
charity, I promise.
Yeah.
That is the best way
How
to get money.
generous
So
of you
promise
guys.
will
Yeah.
give to something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
better
yeah.
than you.
Oh yeah.
One-
Yeah,
one-
I know I'm a
1%
scumbag.
of
Don't give
this-
money to me, but
1% of this will go to charity. Which one? We don't know.
Not sure yet.
Dude,
How-
politicians should start Twitch streaming, and then like in the middle, like, well, we're signing Bill 328Z. Dogfish 420, thank you for the Twitch box. That'd be fucking sick.
how were you relieved when the tournament was over? Or you like,
Yes.
are you just
Yes.
like starting season 2, or
won't-
you need like a little break for a while?
Yes, I was very relieved. People who were there know I was relieved. Well,
It's a lot of
that's my
pressure.
little
and
tease
And you
there.
were just filming for what, like 12 hours a day, 2 days in a row?
Yeah, it was a lot. There's a lot of people that helped out, and I'm gonna very much make sure to thank them too at the end of this. But it was a lot. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, which is cool because I loved it. Like I'm not like it's not fucking brain surgery. I didn't go like down to like drilling for oil, but it was like mentally.
You know what?
That's
very
what we always say.
exhausting.
I'm sick of that.
It's always like, look, I'm not a coal miner.
I said it though.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's fucking
This is
hard.
what I
Yeah.
said though. What we do here is the coal mining of the internet. It's not literal coal mining where it's hard, but in the internet world, like when you're grinding it out, you're dealing with assholes and haters and you're trying to grow it and like all that shit. It's like it's the coal mining of the internet. So yeah, it's not
I
manual
like
labor,
that.
but
I don't think I've ever
I-
been
yeah, I
saying
was-
that.
yeah. Oh, I might have
That's
said it
what I
on the
think.
Kevin Clancy show. I was like, it's where the coal mine, well, and not maybe specifically the dozen, but like just Barstool in general, where it's like we deal with the fucking toxicness of it all. We deal with the haters. We deal with the stress. People like Dave, the competition, all that shit. We're coal mining here. We're out here coal
Also,
mining. So.
also too, if you miss like, and I've said this forever, but if you miss 2 days, maybe you're like, I'm not gonna be like so plugged in today. Like you're not even offline entirely. You could miss 15 things and you're behind for a week and a half. Like that's
I'm
me this
also-
week. I missed a couple things. I was not on my phone that much this weekend. I feel the most stress I've ever been this
Yes.
whole week because I'm like, what the fuck did I miss? Like people are talking about things I didn't even hear about.
Yep.
What the hell is going on?
And I took off last week, and like I also have the feeling. I guess it's probably a little silly, but I'm like some other fucking 2 white guys podcast is just gonna slide right in, and then we're out of the rotation. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot of other choices, but
Always people coming for you.
did the
Rudy?
dozen go with the way you wanted it to, expected
Yeah,
it to? Like,
it-
was there anything you were disappointed in? Anything you wish went different? Everything went well?
No, I think I know how I would do it differently next time, but that has nothing to do with what people will see. There was one little part of like the actual competition that I'll tweak. I don't think it's going to ruin anything, but prep was tough. Like we were here, so I had myself, our producer Robbie, who's the fucking man, not the other one, Tyler Goochman, a real person. That's a guy that exists. We have another guy, this guy Ramsey, that balls went to his wedding. He was an old caller in Bigotry.
Yeah.
Flew into New York and wrote questions with us.
Oh, wow.
Just
Oh, wow.
that just you just
How many questions total did you have?
we wrote about 550 to 600 questions between Saturday and
That's
Monday.
nuts.
Because part of why the dozen works is that it's not just 24 trivia questions.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
I
tailored.
cater. This is actually illegal in the game show world. It's stacking.
Yeah.
Stacking games.
I heard you skew it up and down based on age
I,
or something.
as I write, yeah, so like I kind of weigh out the ages. I try to make it even because like, there's some that's just impossible. I mean, the first match is Glennie, Tommy, Smitty, Dave, Eddie, and Clint. Like that is, it's very
That runs
hard
the
to
gamut.
even that
Yeah,
out. So as I write a match, I score it how I think it'll go, and I don't finalize a match until
like
it's within about
50-50.
2 points.
Wow.
Usually it takes me about 6 hours.
How often are you correct?
Quite often.
Yeah.
I'm pretty solid at like nailing. That's why if there's a match that goes very bad, I start to laugh a lot because I'm like, this is almost pathetic. I really thought you guys to be better at this.
Right,
but
right.
like,
Jeff, so if you ever lost to the dozen Bailey, Jeff really thinks you're dumb.
like when I say it on the show and I say like I really thought you'd get that, I truly mean that. Like
Yeah.
I didn't just write it and then not think about it. Like I said, oh, they're gonna get that, because I want higher scoring and I want it to be even. But yeah, we try to cater it so it's like that. So we had to write for every single possible matchup because there just wasn't the time to like
Oh, right,
when a
'cause you
match
don't know who's
ends.
gonna win and move
I don't
on.
have time to go
Yeah.
right because it usually takes me about 6 hours to
shit.
write a whole
That's
match.
crazy.
to write a match, do the graphics, prep for the night, and we had to write 31 in 3 days.
Psycho.
Insane.
That's fucking cool,
fuck
Mike.
that.
It was, we had a
It's a great
whiteboard.
show.
It was really fucking cool though. It was cool to get done, and it was a relief. So I wrote the final one in like 45-ish minutes, an hour before. That was, I actually thought I was gonna puke all over the conference table because I was like, there was a point. I'm looking at the time and I said, this isn't gonna happen. This is really like, that was the first moment where I was like, no, this is gonna work.
Yeah,
Like I don't think I can do this. And then finally like push it through. The last game, like everyone throughout had seen like a PowerPoint in front of them, so they know what what the questions were, and I kind of scrapped a little bit after the last one. I was like, you just have to deal with this, and then you read the questions. 'cause we got to get this. But like the fucking crew we hired was insane. There was no
Set looks awesome.
There was no technical issues at all on their end at any point during the whole thing. It
I
was.
think it was the same as
crazy.
Barstool.
Survivor,
I
yeah,
recognize
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And they all, but
Same
like to be
guys.
fair too, it's they also do like the Housewives reunions. Like
Oh, yeah,
they're
they do
not
a ton.
like
They're amazing.
real.
they're
They were
real like.
for real.
So
And then
professional.
Trey, who's one of our editors, who is a
Genius.
psycho person. He is so fucking good at editing stuff.
Psycho T.
And Youngstown Bob,
Psycho T, I
Youngstown
forgot
Bob's
about
helping
that
him
name.
out. They're people. I think people are gonna be pleased.
You said it's illegal for game shows to do that. I was wondering because last night on Jeopardy there was a category all about Tennessee, and I was wondering like, what if one of the contestants was just from Tennessee?
I think
they
that's
have
just the luck
obviously
of the draw,
That's
right?
just
It's
luck of
just
the
like,
draw. Like they
wow.
can't
Yeah.
change it based on like, okay, this guy John Smith is from Memphis, Tennessee. We can't give him this category. They can't do that.
No, they're not. You're not supposed to
Thanks.
stack the deck like that. Which actually is funny. Like they usually help me. These guys help me write, but like I write even like the categories I don't know. Like I'll call it on Twitter, like, hey, send me ska music, send me this, and like I take probably 5% of them, and I do take a lot and like rework them to like fit the show. But even just thinking about things you don't think about when you write them, because like my guys are sitting here and they're writing sports questions, they go, oh, this is a great one for this match. I'm like, can't do that. That guy's a Knicks fan, or can't do that. Guy's a Cavs fan. I can't do that. And you just like, I don't want to ever give anyone like the
Too much of an
wrong-
edge. Yeah. Have you ever thought about somehow letting like a fan team in?
So we initially played with fans.
Yeah.
Like initially.
So like if there was like one team that you could either buy in or donate to charity.
We've
or,
thought about
or
like a
come-
buy-in, like an auction off, like a team thing. There is going to be something. I don't really want to. We've talked about like really revealing what it is, but it is a little ways away, probably fallish, where people are going to get a chance to do something.
Well, that's
with
what's cool about this is I feel like
There is a
I
fan
hope you already
element
have it in
coming.
the works, but like an app and a series and a this and a that. Like,
I'll just nod my head
take
yes.
Yeah.
That's
There's
very more questions.
I don't
around
want
that.
to. I don't want to
Yeah, a
over.
lot more questions.
I don't want to overcommit
Yeah.
and like say something that because like it's not a product that's finished, but there is something coming that people can play, and people want to like play along and do like stool streams with like you guys playing, but I don't think that's very like. I don't want to like hit in the app like who I think's gonna win. That's not fun. Like I think if you want to play trivia, you want to play trivia. It's
Yeah,
not, like,
but the same way we do like an answer to the internet game.
exactly.
You can do
There's
that.
there's
no
something
problem. Just like
there is something coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's
more
only-
important questions.
Yeah.
How many condoms do you think you can fit on your dick?
His
It's
conversation.
been brewing.
Fights on this one.
So fights went on out and about Pat's Super Gay podcast. And
Which I'm kind of is on now.
I was gonna say fights is just a co-star.
Yeah, you.
Time.
I will
I've done
say
like 4 episodes
he
of that.
posts. He has actually I like his graphics. When it shows
Hurricane
like the people in
O'Reilly.
it. But I just quite frequently see fights fade.
Always.
Yeah.
Always
He's
there.
he's always just like, yeah, you want to do a show? I'm like,
Yeah.
Always.
And then I think this week is fine. I'm like, did you Trojan horse me into being on a gay podcast?
Is this just like encouraging me to come out? But yeah, so where did that come from? Was that a reader question?
It
or-
was one of the days during the dozen we were kind of all hanging around watching. They were playing matches on the TV, and we were kind of hanging around watching matches. And I just happened to walk by Mintz's desk, which I guess is Rocket's old desk.
Yeah.
And there's just a value-sized box of condoms on it.
Ecstasy.
It was ecstasy.
Yeah, Trojan ecstasy.
And
Not my favorite.
Well, it's a condom, so
It's nobody's
inherently it's nobody's favorite.
Nobody's favorite.
Yeah, sure.
And
I
there
mean,
were-
you. I'm sorry. You act like that may not just have been Mincy's box. You've seen.
Have you seen
You've
his Instagram
seen.
post?
No, I asked. I went, why the fuck does Mints
okay.
have a value-sized box condom? And someone said, oh, it's Rockets from an ad read.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Sure.
I was like, how many of these do you think you could fit on your dick? To somebody sitting over there, and then it kind of
There were
just,
several of us.
and it kind of just
I think-
spiraled and got to.
I think it's one of those things. It's a astronomically high number.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
see, that's what guys say, And then the
But I mean,
girls
you've
say,
seen when like people
the
put their
woman's
whole
explaining
fucking
stuff.
arm
Yeah,
Here's,
into it.
in my
They
opinion,
like
here's
get
the
inside of
I
it.
could wear a fucking
I swear to God.
The difference though is like guys are thinking like, yeah, I'll just pop mine real quick, whatever, I can just do it, whatever. Girls, all of us girls were around thinking logistically. The number one thing they always tell you about condoms is like if you put 2 condoms on at once, they rub against each other, they rip. That's
Yeah.
always a thing.
But
So
that's
I would
but
say-
that's
But
for
that's not
fucking.
But we're not-
No,
yeah,
that's
not
for fucking. But even when you're imagine if you're putting them on fast, it could still
Well,
happen
see,
that way.
my problem. Are we putting it on my dick?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, trying to put like one on and that shit's.
Okay, so
going
I'm just gonna
soft
come
before I
out
can
and
even get
say,
it on.
Yeah.
Did you
I
do it?
tried last
Yeah.
You did?
How many
I
did you do?
did, but I didn't. It is
investigative journalism. I love that.
Coal miner.
You waited until now to say it?
the issues stem from different things than you think. It is the only difficult thing. I could put
Opening
1,000.
is probably tough.
Opening's hard.
Yeah.
My dick, your dick was hard the whole time?
No, that's
what I mean.
where the issue
That's
comes
why I
in.
asked if
You
it
start
was just like a
going soft.
dildo, I think you could just put it on. By the time I got like 10 on me, and it's like pinching,
That's
I'd be
what
like, I'm done here.
I forget exactly what I got to. I think it was 9. And
Dude, there are literal times where I've gotten 1 out, and by the time I'm ready to put it on, I'm like, I'm not really there
bro,
anymore.
and it's like because like you're trying to jerk off to say hard, and
you gotta open it at the
you're
same
trying
time.
to like whip them open.
You got the lube on you, you put it on upside
and then you're like,
down.
all right, get that one on, and you're like fucking, and then
9 is impressive in my book.
towards the end, you're fucking you're just jerking condoms. You're not even getting the dick anymore.
What
Did you do this alone?
mess that must have been.
Yeah, my girlfriend's away, so I just had the
You had yourself a night.
run of the house.
Yeah.
And I think I'm one of the only people alive who could have their girlfriend come home from a weekend
my
away.
God.
Condoms
Have
everywhere.
Condoms everywhere, and I'd be like, look, I was just trying to see how many I could fit on my dick.
I really wish
And
you
she
had
would go,
like,
yeah, that makes sense.
I wish you had like a pet or something, like one of those Furbo cameras, and she just like tuned in. and
Daddy
saw
cam, and you're just
eyes away the
The
nocturnal
visual, the
vision.
visual.
I think
Dude,
nightmare.
that's like when I tried to clone my dick. And Caitlin was like, "Whose fucking vibrator is this?" And it was like, "It's mine for my clonal Willy." This
That's
job
my
offers
dick
a lot
right
of excuses that you can throw out there.
But
But
just, like this morning, like it was just there was condoms all over my apartment.
So what'd you make it to?
I forget the exact number. I actually were recording Barstool Confessions with Chaps today, and I fucking I went and got it out of the trash. The fucking
Mountain
goddamn cast
condoms?
I made of
Yeah.
I was gonna say the cast of
the
condoms.
condom
Well, that, I was
cast.
gonna ask
Did you run into
did
the
you take
issue?
them all off at once so that it was
Yeah,
like,
it's all
yeah,
wet.
so it's
Did
just
you
like,
run into the issue of like, so that I also said, I think other people said it too, the bands, if you line up the bands, I said it would be like one of those things where you put rubber bands on a watermelon
Yeah,
and
and
it's
then it-
exposed.
No, I was
Did you run into that
staggering
issue?
them. I was staggering
But
I
them.
give
even
the
still,
analogy,
but
it's
even
like traffic.
staggering, I feel like
Like
would
if you
push
stack
it, would push
cones
the
on
blood
each other,
higher, no?
it's
Yeah.
gonna go up and up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so does the tip, like the one
I
that
would
would be
think it
on
would
the
fill
tip
more,
count?
like a cock ring
Yeah,
almost.
I think
I feel like it would
Yeah.
turn into like a
On
cock
it.
ring, kind of.
no, because it's
The
not.
reservoir
it
tip
would
got
go
real
like
fucking weird looking.
it would go like
Okay, I
this.
believe that.
Like the rim or whatever would go
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
the rim of it.
They wouldn't go
Right,
like
right,
on
right.
top of each other.
Sure,
they
but
would
it's
go
still
like this.
stacked. But even as they're stacking, it's like wearing multiple rings. If you
Yes.
wear like 5-6 rings at once, your fingers still get
yeah.
swollen.
Well,
so I
yeah,
feel like it'd be the
I
same
feel like
thing
it would
as
pinch
your
your dick. No.
It wasn't. I was never in pain. It was never a situation where like again I could have gone on for hours. I could have.
I can't believe you
And
did
don't
that.
worry, I got 70
can't.
condoms left, so I'm gonna keep trying. But
I can't believe you did this. I can't believe it.
So what would
No.
what's
you
your-
gotta get a Vi- I think you have to
I
get
had
Monday.
like 50
he
left.
has to
I
get a
bought
Viagra,
230
right?
bags.
Like you have to
Yeah,
get your
why don't
hands
we
on a
we'll pop you
Viagra
with
to
some
keep your
Viagra.
dick hard.
We'll get some. We'll go to Get Roman and we'll get you some dick pills.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'll do it in a heartbeat.
But
for
what
sure.
do you, if it was?
I was having a blast. Don't get me wrong.
Did you finish?
I actually never came. I never came.
You just let it go back down eventually, or something?
What a waste.
Like, all right.
What a
Oh
waste.
man, the
Throw
room
them
just the room just smells of rubber and
Sweating.
when you're just like whatever.
Profusely
No.
sweating.
just
Sweat,
seeing my
and
face
sweat,
fucking-
like
Oh
sweat
my
smell
Dude,
plus
that-
condom smell.
oh my
Nothing is
God.
worse than sweat plus condom
Pull
smell.
it up.
Nothing
Look,
is
all
worse.
Wait, what are you playing? Wait, what are you
Bright
looking?
I think
red,
it's
sweating,
Gross.
naked, a 3/4 hard dick with a bunch of condoms in his hand. Oh my god. What do you got? A picture over there?
You can
gotta
kind
go.
of see like the aftermath of it. Like, see, you can see how it was.
It's a wait a minute.
No, it's not.
Yeah, like, see how
No,
it
it's not. I'm gonna-
Hang on. Let me see your phone.
That's fine.
Let
me see your phone.
You can't go scrolling pictures.
Let me see your phone. Because I know you took pictures. I know you filmed this. Let me see your phone. Like, there's no way you didn't film this.
I know, I didn't film it.
But you took a bunch of pictures.
I took a couple pictures.
Yes!
That was the one
I will get that picture. I will see that fucking picture.
NFT.
NFT.
You're not gonna get to have this in your hand.
Okay.
But that's like what it looks like.
Can I take a selfie next to?
That's your retirement fund. John.
Did you take a picture like this?
Don't aim at the cameras.
No.
What'd you do? How did you take a picture? I know that there is a picture of my platonic life partner's dick with 9 condoms on him, and I'm gonna see it. I am gonna see
There
that
actually
picture.
isn't, but I will get you one this weekend. I'll send it to you, I promise.
I'm still trying to crack my dick for you, so we got some, I honestly, no joke, like 3 or 4 times I have tried and it just didn't happen. And I was like, I am sitting here filming.
Your dick?
Yeah, I can crack my dick.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
What?
like you can crack your knuckles.
You
My
can
dick
crack
cracks.
your
Yeah, it's weird.
Does it
Oh,
hurt?
no.
Does
No, it feels
good?
great. It feels great.
Okay.
It's
I
a
guess I've
thing.
never
It's a
tried.
no. It's a thing that you can either like
Don't
do or
try.
not.
So it sounds
Like
like
you would
should
know
try.
by now or not.
You got it, you don't, bro.
Yeah, you do. And when I finally talked about it, like I mean I've known it like forever. I think I casually mentioned it once before, but then the other day on the podcast we talked about it, and I got not like flooded with DMs, but enough of guys being like, oh my god, I thought I was the only one. I thought something was wrong. So there are people who can
What,
like it's like
what
right in
was
like the face.
first experience? Like, was it an accident?
It was probably like during sex. Like it's kind of a thing that like if it just goes down, it kind of
Yeah,
pops.
I've had that happen.
You can crack it?
Yeah.
I've definitely never had this happen.
My man.
I didn't know that was that though. I thought it was like just something.
Can you
I
hear
guess
it?
I never really thought
yeah.
about
It's
it.
like
It
audible?
is literally like cracking a knuckle. I wish I could right
I
now,
don't
but
think
it's
I've
like
ever.
No, when it
tried
happens,
that.
there's
Wait,
actually
how?
like
It's
you know
all
when like a bomb
It's-
explodes and there's like shock waves that go out. It's what it feels. It's like that. It's like.
Hey, Rudy's
Yo,
definitely
your
got
dick
something
cracked.
different.
Mine just feels like my knuckles. He got a bomb
Windows,
dick.
I was like,
imagine if
are
like
you
the
serious?
windows exploded out like in the Matrix.
Rudy cracks his dick and he.
Oh, that'd be sick.
No,
Holy shit,
mine
Rudy.
just like in the base of it just kind of pops,
Yeah.
and like
At the
so
root.
I read up like I googled it, and I found there's no like real, there's no like Mayo
Joints.
Clinic page, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it's all like
Joint there,
Reddit
so I don't
threads, so
think
people
it's
being like,
actually
"Yo, my dick
Okay.
cracked. Is this okay?" And a lot of people are like, "You're gonna break your dick. Like you have to go to the hospital." And then there's a bunch of people being like, "No, bro, it just pops."
I'm gonna throw something out there. Before anyone hit like puberty, did you guys used to have like dry orgasms? Where
Yeah,
your
yeah,
dick
that's
would
a
just
thing.
beat? Like that's how I like before. Okay, Rudy's looking at me like I'm crazy.
I just didn't think you were gonna
Wait,
say
describe
that.
it better. You're doing it.
like
Dry orgasm.
before you
Jesus
could actually
Christ.
like come when like
Okay.
you were young and like you would jerk off, like
Fire
your
blank.
dick would just beat. Like it would
What
like
is
a
that? What
You
is
mean like it
that?
would try to shoot?
Spell what you're
Like a
saying.
pulse?
Spell what you're
beat.
saying.
B-E-A-T. Like
Beat.
I don't know.
Bullshit.
You're talking about just shooting blanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens.
I guess so.
When
It
you're
ultimately-
young, it definitely happens.
so weird just now.
Yeah, beats a weird way to say it.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
what
is
is
it
that?
throb?
Like,
Like a
what are
throb?
you mean?
Are you more
Yeah,
thinking
a throb.
A throb.
Okay, it's pulsating, but it's not nothing coming out.
Pulsating, yes.
Yeah. That was
Literally
bad.
everyone alive.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
making sure.
No,
I can't do that now.
Yeah, no,
like if
that-
I jerk
that's-
off now,
This
I'm
is
just
coming
like,
you now.
I'm gonna
dick's-
come.
my
Yeah,
dick's
yeah.
Like
well.
I'd like to
My
turn
dick's
that
bleeding
off.
right now, but-
I would like this to just beat and have no
shoot.
cleanup.
Stop saying beat.
You can do
saying
it.
it
Just have like a hungover Sunday and just empty the tank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I don't know. My
Yeah, like
cum
edge
shoots,
yourself, no?
baby. I'll never forget the first time I ever came. Like I was sitting on the, I was sitting in the
Oh my
couch in my
God.
basement, and like I never had to worry about tissues or cleaning
Had
up
one
because
too
like
many Millers.
it would just throb. It would just
beat.
And like one time I jerked off and like it just shot right past my face onto like my pillow. I was like, all right,
Let me
I
tell you
guess I can
something.
come now.
Let me tell you something.
I feel too close
There's
to
what?
Tommy
There's
right
what?
now
How many of us?
for this
7 here.
conversation.
We are a family now.
Yeah.
We will like never
Yeah,
forget
this
this
is
moment. We are talking intimate.
But you know what? I appreciate your honesty because there's somebody out there who's
I'm
like,
just
oh,
making
well,
sure.
what was that when I was beats when I was younger? What was that?
Like,
There were.
Come on.
yeah,
I'll tell you
I'm
what.
not gonna
There's
say it. I'll just
What?
not.
No, no. What?
Say it.
What
You gotta say it
before
now.
I like jerked off with the classic jelk technique, I would treat
The jelk?
Jelk?
What is this guy?
J-E-L-K? Jelk?
Yeah, jelk. That's what it's called. That's
What do you?
Jelk?
What?
No,
Use the bottle. Show me
Jelk.
exactly what you do to your
This is
dick.
how you jerk off. Before I knew that was a thing, I used to.
You're not going to be final.
I used to treat my dick like I was like a DJ at a spin table.
No.
Tommy would fuck his clit.
You would run your clit? Like this?
It was amazing.
You would go like over the top?
Over the top, like right, like where like the skin.
Yeah.
You like swear I don't. It doesn't get me off anymore. But I was
Oh
in
my
fucking
God.
Diplo and fucking spin.
Keith was like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's fucking a pussy.
Because you don't know.
I do the same shit, Tommy. I get it.
You don't look up, hey,
Yeah,
how do I jerk off? Like, I was like, oh,
Wow.
this feels pretty good. I'm going to keep going at it.
That's fucking
Wow.
hilarious.
Wow.
You know what Feitelberg did the first time he jerked off?
What?
I didn't know.
This is insanity.
I don't know. Like this is just what I like. I don't think I'd even seen porn or anything. I don't know why I did it, but like, we'll get up on the fucking thing over here.
What?
No.
I was on like the bathroom
Wow.
floor, like this, and I was jerking off.
Okay, that's just as weird.
It's way weirder.
Yeah, even weirder.
Don't worry. You just
weirder
heard the tip of
because
your
you're
dick.
doing it right
Feitelberg
here.
threw his legs behind his
Jesus.
head. Yeah, it's some wacky shit, man.
It's so weird. Luckily, I shot a blank because I would have taken out right in the face.
You were giving yourself a facial.
Repeating.
Imagine
Yeah, you're
if
just-
12-year-old
you're just
Feitelberg
beating.
giving himself a facial.
I think maybe that's why I use the word beat, is I associate it with like a DJ, like DJ beats.
I also think you adopted
This
the
is-
jelk technique.
Both of them rubbing their temples.
What does that stand for? Jelk.
Did you
What
Google
is that? Like, where'd you ever
I
heard
don't
that?
remember
You
how it was
Googled
jelk.
how to jerk off and they told you jelk.
I've
jelk
just seen the word
method?
jelk. I feel like I'm not. A jelk is like a thing. You jelk. I don't
Spell
know.
it
Not
out.
even a little bit.
J-E-L-C?
Not even
J-E-L-K.
That's not even a thing at all.
First time
Never
I
once
listened
have
to
I
that.
heard that before.
I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm saying it's not a common.
Yeah, I don't know how I stumbled across it. Maybe it was like, man, this feels like there's got to be a better way to do
Tommy
this.
just sitting there going,
Tommy just Googled how do you jerk off.
so wait, who was I was
beside
telling the
myself
story.
right now.
I was telling the pod. It might have been Tom.
that
So
was
Tom
me.
Segura did a podcast where he was
Fucking
on Joe
DJ
Rogan talking
spinning
about
up.
when he
Oh,
comes.
oh, yeah.
He said he shoots on an average session. He'll shoot 12 times, and sometimes upwards of like 17.
Wow.
He was like, I come
this man?
buckets, right? He was like, I come everywhere. But I think it was the same podcast. He was saying,
That's got to be painful, right?
He said,
I don't
I
think
think he
it's
said,
painful,
he's like,
it's just inconvenient.
He's like, I've had sex with women before who were just like, okay, this is too
It's
much.
too
And, and I'm halfway done.
Shooting
Yeah.
16 has to be
Tom
painful.
Segura. Are you into this?
Okay.
Are you into this?
Not
You want a
Tom
guy
Segura,
who can
no
come
offense.
buckets?
Not come buckets. Like I like a quick reload time, but not. I don't need.
But the
12 times
individual
come
session
buckets.
is just like fire hosing. You're like,
I don't
no,
reload,
because, like,
I
I don't love a
empty the
cleanup.
clip.
I don't love a lot of cleanup.
well, but I think it was the same podcast.
my
He was saying he didn't know how to
Police
jerk
training
off.
style. They teach you to empty the clip.
Shoot to kill, man. If you're gonna use your weapon,
Okay.
shoot to kill.
Okay. It's too much.
Oh my god!
This is a weird day for me.
He said that
It's a
he
weird
like
day for
didn't
me.
know how to do it until
know
he
how to
wa-
what? Jerk
like he
off?
didn't know the jelk technique. I guess he didn't Google it. He didn't Google it like Tommy.
Yeah, look it up.
Right? He said he was in school the next day and saw
He and
like
Tommy's
two
right, I
8th
looked
graders
it up.
talking. And
You
he,
listen up.
I have sort of heard that phrase, but
joke-
I
I'm
never
not saying
heard
it's
somebody
not a
use
thing.
it like
I'm just saying
like
it's not
Tommy
common.
did.
I'm saying referring as
Anyway,
jelk
yeah,
technique
sorry, yeah.
is the most perverted thing I've ever heard in this
Oh,
life.
it's a penis stretching exercise.
Oh
It
my
involves massaging your penis tissues.
Okay.
Average, does it
I'm
actually
listening.
work?
I'm listening. Go
All right,
on.
I might be wrong on what jelking is. I might be wrong on what jelking
I'll
is.
tell you something else. I might start calling it jelking.
Wait, what was the rest of that? What was the
I'm
rest
gonna
of
go
that
jelk
story?
off real
He,
Yeah,
was just
we're
that
gonna
he didn't
jump
know
off this
how to
after.
do it really. He was just kind of whacking it around. He said, "Oh, I think it was Ryan Sickler's another podcast, another podcaster." He said he was just like beating it, and then he went to school the next day and he saw like two 8th graders who were older guys talking, and one of the guys went like, "Yeah, right, whatever, dude," and
then
like
he
did
realized.
that, and he was like, "Bingo!" Like that's what you're supposed to do, and that's when he knew how to joke.
Oh, that's
There's
interesting.
a lot of mix-ups like that. Like I remember when I was a kid, I got like so exposed because one of my buddies.
It's like he's talking about
So
coronavirus.
exposed.
I was exposed
Yeah,
to
I got
Ebola.
I got so exposed because one of my buddies was talking about. He like made a joke. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go give myself a hand job," and I was like, I was like so confused. I was like, give yourself a hand job, because at that time I thought getting a hand job was someone making out with like your hand, and so I
Like
was.
she does something to your hand? Like
Yeah.
that's your,
I was like a
I
young-
can't, you know.
I was like
that's-
kid. I was like
Yeah.
they were all through like in puberty, in
Yeah.
the throes of it, and
Yeah.
I was like I was still like
On the cusp.
I was
Yeah.
on the
Late
I wasn't
bloomer.
there.
Yeah.
So I like said something. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And I like in front of everybody, I just got exposed for not knowing what a hand
that's
job
hurts.
was.
That's
That was
so
tough.
It's like when my buddy asked me, like, he was like, you know what condoms are, right? I was in
Yeah.
like first grade. I was like, yeah, like totally, but you know, like, why don't you tell me so that I know that you know? So
Yeah.
It's a weird time that there's many years where like you can be like very experienced or very inexperienced, and be like the same age, you know, like
Yeah, completely.
right, Tom?
There was a time. There was a time.
There was
Just
time
got out here, but it's story hour with the Jelk boys.
That's right. We have unfortunately unlocked a weird side of Thomas.
There
Brady that I
was
don't
a
know if I
time
love.
in like elementary school where I thought a vagina was just like a ball sack without a penis. That's what I thought a vagina
Wait.
was.
So you thought like a pussy hung
Oh
down,
my God.
like balls?
Yeah.
Oh
I thought it was a
my
ball
God.
sack without
So
a
you
penis.
thought
Or
How would you
maybe
know?
not.
I was in
I was in like 5th grade.
Also, wait.
That's
tell
way
me.
too old.
that's way too
that's
old.
old.
Well, you were
I thought he
fucking
was
in
gonna
5th
say
grade.
like first
But
grade.
in his, I'll say this in his defense, not the when you.
What, do you need a card?
No, but
Probably your
I can
balls
try
weren't
this
like
one.
hanging so low. Like
Right,
I feel
right,
like
they're
John,
pretty-
whenever you talk about
pretty
balls,
tight
you talk about them
at
as
that
if they
point.
hang to the fucking floor.
Well,
Like,
I got
You don't-
long ass
you don't-
balls.
yeah,
you
that's
don't-
you.
you don't
That's
have
you.
that.
Most people don't
What?
have
You
long
don't
ass
have-
balls. Like they mostly have like kind of
You-
stationary balls.
They
Your
fluctuate.
experience with balls are going to be when they're tight.
Yes.
Right.
No.
Guys, when they're just hanging out, their
Thank
balls
you,
hang
Kevin.
low.
Okay, well, so
But
then
she's
I was
an
trying to be on
adult.
your defense. I was trying to be on your defense because
Right,
I think
but
like it's not
as
so
a
crazy.
kid, they're tighter.
Right.
Sure. I mean, listen, I
So
think
it
at all
seems like,
ages they go up
without
and down.
the dick, there's like the balls right there.
First of all, I accidentally
It's
just
like,
drew
what
a
do you-
very voluptuous woman.
What did you think? You
I
think
actually even altered. I'm like, actually, I'm gonna make this a
that
bag.
much thought.
Is it problematic
I think in
right there?
5th grade you
So-
should know that the vagina's a hole. That's what I'm going to say.
5th grade?
I mean, he technically
hold on.
taught me
Fourth grade,
like.
fourth grade is sex
You were-
ed, right? Like that's like
We learned-
You,
So
you're,
we
you're
learned
an
end
only
of 5th
you're an
grade.
only
That's
child
why I
too,
know
right?
it.
You're an only child
Yes.
too, right? Yeah.
also that. Yeah,
So
okay, that's tough.
first time. I mean, I ran into it way too early. My brother left.
Tommy, I'm gonna
he
be
left the
honest.
VHS,
Having
like, when I was 5.
redrawn this now, I might be on your side. I might be like, look, that's kind of what a pussy.
Wait, hang on. We're
Well,
going to
you
get to that in a
do it
second.
Yeah, let's see this. Let's see
I'm
this.
very
Yeah.
curious about what
You do
Zod just
balls
said.
without a dick?
Like that's just a fat pussy.
That's what I'm saying. It is. It's a fat
Yeah.
pussy.
Yeah.
But like you,
It's a Khloe
if your
Kardashian
balls
pussy
are
right
there.
hanging
Like a fat
down,
pussy.
And I don't know
it
if,
doesn't
if
look
people
like
can
that.
zoom in and see this, but we'll hold that up
I
for a
don't know.
second.
Yeah.
When you're
For
a
a
kid, you don't
second.
know what girl. You know girls don't have a penis.
Yeah.
But your balls ain't your penis.
But wait, what
Let
were
me
you
see
saying?
this.
You were exposed to it too early because of what?
So I have an
Why
older
this
brother
secret?
that's 10 years older than I am. So he
Yeah,
left. He used to leave VHSs in there.
Oh, so you were watching porn at an
Porn,
early
See
age.
this
porn,
Okay.
that
So
taught
that's
me-
why you became a
that taught me
porn
everything.
drug dealer.
Yeah.
You're a porn dealer. Like,
I mean,
he was
so-
like, I've been doing this shit since I was fucking 4, guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah, you're saying because he's an only child,
Oh,
he had
my
to
days.
figure it
Yeah.
out.
right. There's only fold that up. Let's
Yeah.
find that
Yeah, I
out.
was on my own
Yeah.
after figuring shit out.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same. I was the oldest.
Spinning my
kinda
dick
same
like a
thing.
fucking
Like, I was the
DJ
oldest.
and thinking a vagina was balls.
Bro, I'll
Bro,
tell you something.
Imagine
Tonight
him
I'm
doing
gonna
that,
go
like,
home.
nowadays.
It doesn't work as well now for me personally,
Yeah.
but give it a spin.
How long do you think
No
it would
pun
take you to
intended.
come just going like this?
I don't know. I'd never.
It
even
would take you
done it.
hours.
An eternity.
Also, actually,
Imagine you
I'm just
bust in,
thinking
like,
about
2
that
seconds.
feeling.
like, whoa, Tommy might have done something here.
No, but well, think about it though. Wouldn't that be a feel? Wouldn't
It is a
Anytime
sensitive
anybody-
part.
yeah.
of-
I was gonna say, like, massaging
anytime
the
somebody's
head of
touching
your
my
dick is
tip,
kinda
I'm like,
like-
whoa, whoa, that's
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
That's enough.
That's what I'm always.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna say
You're
Have
like
you done
afraid
it?
to
It
keep
depends
saying
on
it.
how
That's like a tease.
depends on what?
it depends on how thick their thighs are. It happens by itself. If they're thick enough, it'll happen by itself. I
There
don't
you
even need
go.
to touch it.
Hell yeah. that's
There
awesome.
you go.
I keep stopping myself, but that's why, like, even.
Oh, boy.
maybe,
So he's edging.
Maybe
You're also
during-
edging.
maybe,
and
during, maybe during like a blowjob, sometimes I'll like to say, hey, why don't you focus a little more on that tip area?
It's over. It's over. The show's over. Go buy your Fleischman products, get your Fleischman haircut, use promo code KFC for 20% off. And
Get the sea salt spray.
I need to Men in Black myself. I'm just gonna blast myself. Just get ready to.
Please, please.
Everybody erase this Friday Night Pints from their goddamn memory.
The sea salt spray is the best, by the way. This is what package is called again?
I love the sea salt spray too. Me too, girls.
that one is
love the
good
sea salt
stuff.
spray.
Boys of Summer. I mean, the shampoo, unbelievable, smells delicious. Conditioner, it's a bubble bath for your head. We got you covered, unbelievable. Boys of Summer, everything. Just get them all. Get everything. It's stupid to not have all these and consider yourself a person with good hair. Get it. 20% off. Promo code KFC.
Thanks for watching Friday Night Pints. Make sure you click on the bell icon below to keep up with notifications, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Strong drinks, full pints, can't lose.
Can't lose.